Hello, welcome to another Alpha Strike We Play. My name is Adam and this is Taryn.
Hey guys, how we doing?
So today we are taking a look at this game here, Marvel Crisis Protocol by Atomic Mass Games. That's a bit of a mouthful.
Awesome. It is. What we're actually taking a look at is the fact that you painted your damn minis, man. These look awesome.
Yeah, now we're doing some more of these videos. It's been good. I've been able to do it.
It's going to be like a time trip because they weren't painted when we did the video.
No, no, that's all right. So I got half done,
people.
so we'll show you all these ones and things like that. But yeah, so here we are.
We're just going to how to play thing first because there's going to be a few videos of us actually playing the game, and we don't want to have to explain it every time because we're slack. So we're going to do this as a single thing.
Yes.
All right, and plus because Pilla's on the other side with the whip, and if we don't do it properly, she hurts us.
We get into trouble.
Okay.
Okay. So
ready?
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
So Marvel Crisis Protocol. It is a skirmish. Yeah, we'll say skirmish is good. Yep. Very objective based.
Very objective based.
Although you can just have a little smash fest for a bit of fun, but yeah.
Good guys and bad guys.
Yeah.
So it's very small scale, very skirmishy type game. You have very simple rules compared to some tabletop games.
Yeah.
And we'll go through a few of them to start with. Should we talk about movement and things first?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, basically, let's have a look at, this is the core box. Okay. So this is what they recommend that you get to get started. Okay?
This is what we recommend you get started. This is pretty cool. I mean, it's got all the stuff in there that you need to have a really solid game with a couple of people, or even 3 or 4 people could probably get a game out of this.
You could.
Yeah. You've got a good selection of characters, a good selection of terrain. You've got your starting little movement doodahs and things. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Because on the box here it says it is for 2 players, but if you're running a tournament, because of some of the components that are in there, so the cards and things like that, you probably want to have a full set of those to choose from when you're building your force. So, but you can play without it, but it is recommended that you sort of start with this, so it's good. Yep. There are 10 different Marvel characters included in the box, and each of them have their own card. So we put something up on the screen, or I don't know, Captain America maybe, he's pretty good, so put him up there.
So we're going to find him.
Well, there he is. Okay. So basically, that lists everything you need to know for that particular character. All of them share similar statistics, so we'll go through those, I'd say.
Yep. So you have the first little EEG heartbeat monitor thing on there, up in the top, is their health.
Yep.
The next one with the little wedges, the chevrons, is their movement speed, and there's 3 different speeds. There's a short, a medium, and a long, and that's how far they can move. The next one is a size. That's relative to terrain and the 2 other characters. That comes in important later on. The next one across, it looks like a little biohazard type doodah, is their points cost, yes?
Correct.
Yes. Right, okay. I'm good at this. I should do this professional. Okay, underneath that you have a little fist type symbol. That's their physical defense dice. So that's the number of dice they'll roll if someone hits them with a physical attack. The next one is energy. So that's the number of dice they get to roll for an energy-based attack. And then what's that last one called?
I think they call it ward or mystic. Mystic, okay. I think it was. So yeah.
So I think well, probably someone like Doctor Strange would have a lot of abilities that would be based around that. But that's the number of dice you would roll in defense of that sort of thing. I don't think there's any of those abilities in the core set, is there? Nobody's got one of them. No. So you won't actually use that. God, wasted paper. Yeah. Underneath that, directly underneath that, you've got, on pretty much everybody, there'll be at least 2 attack actions. So your attack actions are different to your superpowers. So they're listed first. You've got the little physical or energy symbol next to them. And you've got a range. Now the range comes into play. You have 4 little range walls. You can take the picture down and put me back up if you like. And then you can show these. I'm going to give you a long away view. So you've got 4 different ranges there, right?
And that's all comes in the core box. So the game doesn't use like inches or centimetres or anything to move. They actually have their own measuring sticks
Bits
for
and
distance.
pieces, and they've got all
yeah.
funky little symbols on them too. Put a picture up so everybody can see, Pillar. So you've got a range, right? So your attack will have a range, your attack will have a strength, which is the little dumbbell thing, and that tells you how many dice you're rolling to try and beat the other guy's defense. And then you've got an energy cost, a power cost.
A power cost, yes. So power is pretty important in this game. You generate it by, well, if you take damage, it's like a second wind thing. Your guy gets angry, especially if you're Hulk. Yeah, but power also allows you to use certain superpowers and abilities.
Yes.
With your every character has their basic attack, which is generally how you can generate power. So you attack somebody, do some funky stuff, get some power for it, and then it allows you to do more later on. But power is pretty important. If you've got a lot of that, you can do a lot with your characters.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is power based. You need to have power in order to do anything, basically. And yeah, so some of the attacks that you have there will cost you power to do, but they all cost you an action. And during your character's activation, you get 2 actions.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I got to make sure I'm doing it right.
So you work out who has priority at the beginning of the game by rolling the dice. This actually, you get 10 of the dice that they use in the game here. They've all got different symbols on the different faces. It represents special abilities, might fire off, things like that. And priority may or may not change hands at the end of each turn, depending on who's left to activate and things like that. That's all explained in the rules. It's easy enough to follow.
It's a fairly easy system. The last person to move a character, if they have priority, they give priority to whoever else. That changes the first player.
Yeah.
It's a good system.
Yeah.
Works quite well.
So that's it, I think. So everyone's got a few little superpowers there.
Yep.
Some of them are always active. Some are active if something's triggered.
Yep. So you've got the little symbols next to them that tell you which ones. So they'll be active, they'll be reactive, they'll be passive, or they'll be a leadership. Which is the star symbol. Yeah. Captain America has a leadership symbol on his first ability, and then he's got 2 reactive superpowers, which is not too bad.
That's it. So that's it. So that's
how the cards work.
That's how those work. So but we were saying before that it is mission based. In the core box, you'll get 2 sets of cards of different colours. They represent the different type of missions that you can get. Each player picks one of the red or one of the blue. There's 3 of each type. One's an extraction style, and the other one is like a take and hold. And you score victory points each turn by doing that. And they give you all the counters for the missions and things like that, and it tells you how to set it up. They give you another set of cards which are labelled A through E, I think it is, E or F, and that shows you how to lay out the counters and the objectives. So
each of the missions references one of those map cards, and that shows you where to put everything and where it's going to end up.
And it's not just your characters with their special abilities. There's also the tactics cards.
Yes, your tactics cards are very, very important.
Yeah, so they're quite handy. So they give you they're a one-off spend, and they all have different little abilities, and they can help you out. So a lot of them do require power to use. So we're talking about how power is important.
They'll require you to be within a certain range of some people, and everybody who's doing it has to spend power, or only the first person that's doing it has to spend power. So read them carefully when you're choosing, because they are fairly powerful items.
Yeah, they're good. So there's quite a few to pick from in the core set. Some of them are specific to, say, 1 or 2 characters working together.
I can make somebody in editing put a picture up if you want. Watch this. Show us like 2 or 3 of them. One thing to probably go through would be what the dice do. But first of all, quick reference on the back. So it'll take you through. Ooh, bing. It takes you through the phases of the round, what each phase consists of, what you're supposed to do in that phase. It's really, really easy to follow. And if you watch our games, assuming we ever get around to having any, you'll hear someone, usually me, go through the steps in each phase of what you're supposed to do. And it even shows you how the attack sequence is supposed to run, and that's where your dice come in. So I don't know if we want to run through like a full attack thing, but it's probably worth telling you what the faces of the dice do.
Let's just start with that.
Let's just start with that. So I'll tell you what the attacking ones do. So I can see them without glasses.
Eight-sided die. Eight-sided die.
It's standard 8 D8.
D8.
For the nerds. So when you're rolling them, you have the sequence. You get your dice pool together, and then you're rolling your dice. And that initial roll, if you get any of this one, this is the critical. You're allowed to roll that counts as a hit, and you're also allowed to roll another dice for it. If the extra dice that you roll come up a critical, you don't get another one.
No, it's only on the first roll.
Yeah, in that first initial attack dice pool or defense dice pool, you're allowed to roll another dice for that one. You've got a normal everyday hit, which is just that. It's just a hit.
So it counts as a success, but only on an attack.
Only on an attack.
Yeah, whereas criticals are for defense and
they account for both.
Good for everything.
Yep. Then you've got a wild, which is like a little swirly thing. Now they do lots and lots of different stuff. If you go through any of the characters' little sheets there, you'll see lots of different references to the wild, and they'll make different things. Red Skull there is basic strike. If you roll a wild during your basic strike, you can push someone. I think there's one for Dr. Octopus, is it?
Yeah, his...
So his basic strike, if you get a wild, it counts as 2 hits, which is really cool.
That's the Flurry of Arms or something?
No, that's
Fury of Arms?
Yeah, Flurry of Arms. His basic strike has Flurry of Arms.
He just gets really angry and starts attacking everywhere. So
wow.
I think Iron Man has something, he does, for his homing rockets. So if you get just one of those on your dice pool when you roll, he can start attacking other characters that are near to the original target. So it's quite handy.
So those are really important
as well.
Actually,
so,
you think criticals are cool, but those can do some really funky stuff.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for them. Then you've got a shield symbol, which is a block.
Yep.
So that only counts for defense purposes.
Yes.
So if you roll that when you're an attacker, it's no good to you. And
normally,
no. And the skull it's basically gone. You can't re-roll that dice, you can't modify that dice, you can't do anything with that dice. It doesn't count as a success, it doesn't count as a fail.
It's a nothing.
It's just a nothing.
It's a chaos.
It's gone. Right, so you can't modify it.
And there's two blank spaces.
And there's 2 blanks.
Well.
And which some lucky people can make them count for things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Black Widow. She needs something.
Yep.
Because, she tends to get wild on. Like, I like she's got some really cool skills and stuff. It just hasn't seemed to work.
You've got people
it can
with
work really well. Yeah. Well, that's another thing too. So.
Even Doc Ock can use his claws to pick things up and chuck them at people. But that's the dice.
Pretty cool.
And they are pretty cool.
Speaking of chucking stuff, you also get some terrain in the box, which we've laid out here. There's a daily bugle, and what else? We've got a little dustbin.
Kiosk
we've got a couple of cars, a couple of dustbins. We've got traffic lights. We've got normal lights.
And we've got a little bin.
Yeah.
You've got 2 skips and a little normal bin.
So the game's played on a 3 foot by 3 foot area. That's quite a lot of terrain for that. I think it's sufficient.
You chuck a couple of trees in with that if you feel like it, but that's ample for a starter game.
Yeah. And under the rules, the game it explains that terrain is given a size, just like models. So that's how the models, they interact with it. They can use it for cover. But some characters have abilities where they can actually pick up terrain and throw it at someone else.
Yeah.
And the damage that it does is based on, of course, the size of the terrain. So,
So there's been a couple of really cool bits and pieces where you get that comic book type thing where you'll pick this up and chuck it at Spider-Man or something. It's just cool.
Yeah, it is good. It's good. So every piece of terrain you put down, you can interact with it. Use it for cover. Throw it at people. Throw people into it. They can also damage them as well. That's a cool little feature.
There's one that I found out recently was the Smash one that we used, where you can actually use a piece of terrain to augment your own attack. So you pick up a thing and rip it in half and then bash somebody with it, and it's just
Oh,
that's the
yeah.
best.
Which Hulk movie was it?
I think it was the good one. I'm not sure.
They're all good. It's Hulk.
Yes. It's Hulk.
It's,
yes.
So yeah, but that's really good. That's got everything in there that you need. Good choice of characters to pick from to get started.
They're
Terrain,
all
dice.
Yep.
You've got measuring sticks, range rule. All your
the
cards.
little doodads.
Yeah.
Everything is there to start off, and I think that's a really good way for new players to get into a game.
And they do have the rules free as a download on the Atomic Mass Games website as well. So you do get a book in there, but yeah, you can
technically you could download the PDF thing. You could buy 1 or 2 characters to make like a starting force and give it a crack. That wouldn't be a bad move. But this is this is a balance, and there's nothing to say you can't have 3 people to a side and each control 1 dude or something like that. That's, that's not a bad way to go.
But I like it. It's a lot of fun. It's
a lot of fun.
It's simple, but there's strategy involved in it. Because you don't know what the other player's going to take for cards, for tactics cards.
A lot of cartoon level violence, which is cool.
Kids safe. So it's all good. That's our look at the Marvel Crisis Protocol game. We think it's a lot of fun. I think you should have a look at it too. Yeah, I think you'll really enjoy it. It's actually available on the Alpha Strike website now, so go and check it out. And there's some other products on there that have been released for the game that you can have a look at too. But that's it for now. So thank you for watching.
Bye, guys.